The wait is over. Too many people have asked for SVR09 and I just can't ignore it anymore. There's 19 arenas to cover here and we're not wasting any time. Starting us off at dead last, number 19 is Monday Night Raw. I hated that they got rid of the Ruthless Aggression stage as a kid and replaced it with this HD Universal setup crap. It started the visual deterioration of WWE and I've just never liked anything about Raw in this era, even though I grew up and watched it as it happened. This is a pretty faithful rendition to the real setup, but that doesn't make it good. Up next at number 18 we've got SmackDown, and you're gonna see a pattern here. Take all my critiques about the HD standardized setups and just copy paste them here. The only reason SmackDown is higher than Raw is because I enjoy the SmackDown graphics package more. Still a horrible stage though compared to the Big Fist. And rounding out our shitty weekly show stages round at number 17 is ECW. This beats out our other two shows due to it not being as common in the game's respective modes. Whether it be career mode or Road to WrestleMania, you just won't run into ECW all too often, which makes it less infuriating for me. I mean, it's still a complete farce of the idea of ECW, but we're talking about the arenas and not the actual product here. Now that I'm finished ranting and raving, we're getting all unique setups from here on out, starting with 16, and that's Vengeance, Night of Champions. I'll be honest, I like that they were trying something different with Vengeance and all the marble columns and red cloths everywhere. It's just not very appealing to me. The Minitron and the nameplate are the highlights of this stage for me. But if you actually look close enough, you'll notice that the big V logo is not even completely inside the circle. How do you fuck that up? They're not trying all too hard to win me over here. I feel like I vastly preferred the subsequent Night of Champions arenas over this one. Number 15 is a staple of the bottom of my arena lists recently, and that's Unforgiven. This is a recycling of the 2006 setup just like in real life, but what sets it above the rest is the actually pretty sweet little nameplate. The triple Titantron layout is pretty neat too. This isn't too bad to me. We're on to No Mercy now at number 14, and this is just a very uninspired stage layout. The nameplate is fine, the ring apron is very much a product of the late 2000s though. It totally looks like an old Tap Out or Affliction hoodie, like look at that. I think the saving grace of this stage is the curved accents on the side of the Titantron though. It's a pretty different look for No Mercy, even though it's a pretty minor inclusion. This next one might piss somebody off, but I'm picking the Royal Rumble for number 13. Don't get me wrong, I love the MSG setup for the Rumble. But asking Ukes to put a dynamic venue like Madison Square Garden in the game was like pulling teeth. They just never did it. They always just did their own shit and came up with a new design on their own, and they pulled the same shit with Here Comes the Pain. At least that one looked good though. This one is kind of saved by the cityscape for the header and the lights on the guardrail, but everything else really isn't doing a whole lot for me compared to the other Royal Rumble arenas we've gotten in the other games. Moving on to the Great American Bash for number 12, and I'm pretty sure this was the last WWE branded pay-per-view under the Great American Bash name. They switched it to the Bash in the next year, and it just didn't hit the same for me. Regardless though, this is the same stage we all know and love. It's got the double Circletrons, the big flag backdrop, the nice graphics package, cool ring apron, and sure, you know, we don't have the red, white, and blue ring ropes, but I mean that's splitting hairs to be honest. I can't really complain here. Just missing out on our top 10 here is number 11, One Night Stand. And aside from this being a super cursed pay-per-view, for the sheer fact that my brain just does not compute One Night Stand happening beyond 05 and 06, you know, the ECW ones, like there's a lot to like here. It's nowhere near the iconic status of the ECW reunion or the revival, but the stage is pretty unique. We've got weapons strung around everywhere and a kind of precursor to TLC pay-per-view stages down the line. The Tron setup is pretty cool here, the big ass cranes are a nice touch, and the scaffolding in the background is nice too. Even the nameplate kind of gives me Crash Bandicoot Huge Adventure vibes with the way it's animated. I just can't explain it. Alright, so we've got our top 10 SVR09 arenas now, and we're out of the questionable stuff and on to the great stages. Number 10 is No Way Out, and this is a pretty good little stage. We're getting the Elimination Chamber style Minitron from New Year's Revolution 2006 here, and it looks pretty damn good. I like the Titantron shape and the little electronic header too, and the apron is pretty damn good as well. Honestly, I prefer No Way Out stage from SVR 06, but that's just me. They were working with what they were given in real life. But let me know what your favorite arenas were for SVR 09. I read all my comments. Number 9 brings us to Backlash, and I'm sorry man, but all I could see on the stage is crab legs. This is their take on the evolution of the classic Backlash hook stage, I guess, but the crab legs just look a little weird to me. The nameplate isn't bad though, and the Minitron with the separate LEDs is pretty cool too. So now we're at the apex of the big golf ball era for Judgment Day stages here at number 8. We've got 3 big golf balls here and they're all animated. This looks pretty good. Now I do think that it's a little odd that we got a very similar Titantron to No Mercy here, and the nameplate is very close to the SVR 06 nameplate as well, and the ring apron is a little bit jumbled together, but that doesn't take away from my enjoyment factor here. The 3 golf ball setup is very visually distinct, and it counts for something for me. Moving on, we've got Survivor Series at number 7, and this is not my preferred choice for a Survivor Series stage, but it's not without its charm. The chainsaw motifs all over are pretty cute. The graphics package is very good. The Titantron layout is very reminiscent of like Survivor Series 03 for me. And the ring apron is awesome. It's definitely one of the better ring skirt designs in the entire game. Controversially missing out on our top 5 is a fan favorite. We've got Cyber Sunday here. And to be honest, this stage is fucking awesome. Why has this show not come back yet? Name me one good reason. The desktop layout for the stage is so sick. This graphics package on the Trons is beyond great to me as well, but there is some downers on this arena that kind of hold it back for me. The keyboard floor is almost illegible here, and I'm sure that's the PS2 compression, but you know, that's what we're working with here. We're judging it off the PS2 build. The ring apron is very bland and clean looking, and to be honest, I just always preferred Taboo Tuesday over Cyber Sunday. That just might be the old head in me. We made it to our top 5 SVR 09 stages, and we're kicking it off with Saturday night's main event. This is a sleeper hit for me. This is a really unique, super clean looking layout, but it does enough for me not to look dull. The ring apron is still great, they got one of the best nameplates in the game, and the backdrop having a really good graphics package helps out a lot. Even though we're getting a little sick of Saturday night's main event now in the current day product, the stages back in the day were always hitters. At number 4, I'm sure I've got many people's favorite here. This is Armageddon. This is beyond cool. This is exactly what people think of when that pay-per-view name comes up. This is a super very unique and distinct stage. The Minitron tucked behind the broken down castle. The nameplate is pretty sweet. The ring apron is awesome, and to be honest, if there was a little more color, this would be one of my favorites here. But they took what they were working with and made it pretty damn good. Big 3 time, and the streak is over. The greatest stage of all time in my opinion, the SummerSlam semicircle from 05 to 06 is gone. RIP. In its place, we've got number 3 on the list, SummerSlam with the surfboards. And truthfully, I like everything here but the surfboards. The little huts and the trees are cute, the ring apron is still retaining the classic green and blue, the big S logo is still there, but the show stealer here is the huge arching header, and the little Titantron that's tucked in the middle is just great. This isn't my favorite, but it's still pretty substantial. Alright, so we all know who's left, right? Like, we all grew up with these games, it's gonna be one or the other. But the question is, who's drawing the runner-up here? Well, for me, it's gotta be Tribute to the Troops. Man, this used to be so fucking cool to me as a kid. I would always use Tribute to the Troops whenever it was in a WWE game. This is a great venue, it's super visually distinct from everything else in the entire game. The big ass WWE flag is really cool. The soldiers in place of the generic crowd is a great touch. The unique barricades, the skyline with the armored vehicles in the crowd is just awesome. This is just a very cohesive looking standout of an arena in this game. And I mean, sure, the Raw apron sucks here, and I would have preferred a unique apron, but this is historically accurate to the time, so I'll give them props for it. 18 arenas have been ranked, and one stands head and shoulders above the rest, and that's WrestleMania 24. This isn't a huge shocker, this isn't my favorite stage IRL, but in the game, this stage is fucking awesome. We're missing the canopy and the increased venue size of the Citrus Bowl that we got in real life, but everything else here in the game makes up for it in spades. The sheer scale of the stage is just so immense. The graphics package is amazing, the nameplate is cool as shit, the ring apron is great, the palm trees are just awesome. I can't gush about this enough. This feels like WrestleMania, and we haven't even covered my favorite part of the arena. All the crowd visuals, whether it be the big banners acting as barricades or the Titantrons in the background like tucked in the crowd, is just so sick. I loved that as a kid. It's just the little things that really matter to me in these lists, dude. Thank you for your time though. I mean, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be honest, this is not a bad game at all. The roster sucks ass because it was gutted for Legends of WrestleMania's roster, but I mean, even as a kid, I knew it wasn't up to the level of 07 or Here Comes the Pain. This video though kinda made me come to peace for SVR09 and just accept it for what it is. It's a perfectly competent time capsule of a less than stellar time in WWE. I hope y'all enjoyed. Take it easy.